Well, today was our Wednesday in a format practice, which would be our second day in a game week preparation. So all installation. Today is short yardage, red zone. Work through that, and most of our blitz pickup. So really a back to a routine kind of day for Texas. So nothing really newsworthy for you folks. So just a pretty standard day out there. Everybody looked good. Everybody was running around. Guys sweated. Nobody got hurt. I yelled a lot. So that's all I got. If you guys got anything better than that, let's let you guys talk, because I really don't have a ton.
Brian, I'm just curious, follow up on the #1 jersey thing. Is that something you'll announce during the week? Do they come running out of the tunnel for warm-ups? How's that going to work?
So the captains will have recommendations that will go to my staff and I on our 48-hour meeting, which is generally Thursdays. Of course, it'll be tomorrow. And then at that staff meeting, we will take those recommendations, we'll discuss them as a staff, and then I'll make the decision on who is awarded the #1 jersey. And we won't let them know until that jersey is in their locker in pregame. They won't wear it out to pregame, but they'll know in pregame that they are the recipient of it, and everybody will find out when they run out of the tunnel.
And is there any restrictions for offensive linemen?
Yeah, they'll keep it in their locker, but they certainly won't wear it. Yeah. But they are eligible to receive that honor of wearing it.
And captains can wear it too?
Yes, they can. Absolutely.
Brian, is there any status change? Have you gotten any update from the Office of Community Standards?
I know they're going through the process. They're going to be on the travel manifest, and we leave here tomorrow night, and we expect them to be on the plane. But like I said, those are decisions that are outside my control.
Are there any the speed package that you put installed on defense? I mean, I guess we get the what of it, it's a speed package, but at what point in the offseason did you say, okay, this is something we need to do? Where'd you look for solutions about how to make it work?
Well, it's been evolving since 2 years ago, where we felt like we may have gotten caught a little bit against North Carolina with the inability to be multiple in our calls. And so it's been evolving in terms of, we really didn't have anybody that forced the tempo to the point where it really needed to be used in its full force, and we believe it will be in the opener against Texas. So it's just a way for us to get into more than just one base call, and some things that we do relative to positioning of players, the kind of techniques that we're in, and the kind of hand signaling and communication necessary for us to be in fundamentally sound defensive calls all over the field.
Sort of relying on having a few more like jack of all trades type athletes.
It helps. I think there's some positions on the field that require an attention. I think it's similar to hockey in that you wouldn't go over the boards if the puck was in your zone. If I could use that analogy, you wouldn't come off and make a shift change like that. So you have to have some positional awareness of the field and things of that nature to fully understand some of the nuances.
Brian, for some of your first-year guys who are playing their first game on Sunday, a lot of your players said yesterday you can't really prepare for 100,000 screaming fans. Is there anything that you can say to your players to kind of ease them into the game or kind of calm down the emotions before kickoff?
Yeah, you try to do it in a number of areas. One, you try to recruit the right kind of kids that understand that when they come here, they're going to be under intense scrutiny and spotlight, and they're going to play in these kind of games. So, you don't want kids that are skittish in these kinds of environments. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you try to put them under intense scrutiny and pressure during the week. I wouldn't consider, our practices to be easy on kids in the sense that we're keeping pressure on them, mentally to be sharp, and they can't be thin-skinned. So a lot of those things help you deal with an environment that is raucous and loud. And then we practice, with the music and the crowd noise to try to duplicate some of those things. So I think all of those factor into helping you overcome those kinds of situations.
Brian, I don't think you were asked about injuries on Tuesday. Is there anything?
That can't be.
I'm gonna have to check the transcript.
Please get
What was
the
it?
manuscript. I'd like to check the notes. I'm sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
Well, I wasn't sure. I didn't.
No, I'm.
No, we're just,
sarcastic. Ask your question.
All right, well, that was it. Is there any injury updates then?
Everybody is healthy. We were just commenting, knock on wood, that, outside of Micah Treadway and Nick Watkins, everybody is healthy and, we'll play.
Justin Brent too, is he back with you?
No, he is not healthy to play.
What's his story?
Well, it's the foot, right?
Okay.
The surgery, and he's progressing. He's moving around, but he's probably, I'd say, it's probably a good three to 4 weeks before he's going to have the ability to do the things that a back can do. The cutting and the kind of movements necessary. He's moving straight ahead pretty good, but it's going to be a process, man.
What'd you do with Wimbush this week? Did you have him watch the other guys, or did you use him on scout team and all?
No, he got reps.
Okay.
Yeah, he got reps. We feel like we got, Nolan and Ian Book down there doing a nice job demonstrating.
Brian, where is Justin Yoon at this stage? I know you had some crowd noise. How has he kicked?
I think he's done quite well. We just, we're trying to find out where he is in that what we call our go zone, what his max kick is. Today he finished practice and he hit a 52-yarder, so that's up about 5 to 6 yards from where it was last year. So we've increased him up to 52 as his top end kick, and he hit it today to end practice. We had our 88s at the end of practice today, which our guys are not fond of. And so we put that on the line today, that we had no 88s if he hit a 52-yarder, and he nailed it. So the guys are pretty happy about that.
And Tyler Newsome's consistency through this last month?
Really good, solid. I mean, he's punting the heck out of the football. And they're both kicking off really well. With Justin's added distance, he's vying for that kickoff duty as well, because his placement has been really, really good. I'm not prepared to say who's going to kick off right now. Both of those guys are neck and neck.
Brian, going into a first game, you have the whole summer and everything, so I'm guessing most times you try to at least feel like you know the team inside out, but are you able to achieve that same level of comfort, you think, just given that you don't know who they're going to put under center exactly and the new offensive coordinator they have? Do you have to, I guess, accept a little bit less of that, whatever level of comfort or certainty you like to bring into a game?
Yeah, I think and I said this, I think the last time we were together, there's always a bit of uncertainty in the opener. You're uncertain a little bit about your own football team, right? So you bring that level into it, as well as, a new offensive coordinator. How fast is the tempo? Defensively, are there any change in structure? So I think the first quarter is always a bit of a sparring match in terms of, getting a sense, for what your opponent brings. And then, of course, what you bring to the table as well. So, yeah, there's a bit of that uncertainty coming out in the first quarter.
And then in practice for you guys, have you guys divided the reps as coaches for Malik and Deshaun differently since you made the announcement that both will play at Texas versus, the start of August when it was more of a true battle mode, I guess, between them? Is it different in terms of how you sub them in practice since you decided to go with this plan for this week?
Well, they're getting the same amount of reps, but they're getting, I guess the way I would put it is, they're not getting the same tempo of reps. In other words, Malik will go in for one play, and then Deshaun will go in for 6. And then Malik will go in for 5 plays, and then Deshaun will go in for 3. So the net is that they get the same amount of reps, but they're not tempoed reps and there's no rhythm to them. So we're just preparing them for that kind of eventuality.
From your experience, if you were putting in a tempo offense like that, how hard would it be to have a true freshman and, a guy that's never really run it before, thrown out there to do it? How tough is that to pick up on their end?
It's not that difficult if you're playing a pretty straightforward defense. But against the defense that we bring, with so many different looks, it becomes a bit of a challenge. He's going to get a variety of different looks that will challenge a quarterback that's getting the first look at our defense. And so I would say in normal circumstances, if you just said no huddle tempo offense, it's pretty good because you can just kind of just roll with it, and go, because there's not a lot of checks, just get the ball and go. But if you don't have a way to get into some checks, they're going to have some negative plays against our defense.
So there's some growing pains for them, right? I mean,
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be, on both sides, I think, the first quarter we'll see some things happen that you may want to go. Both these teams need another couple of days in camp.
Anything else, guys?
Good? All right, thank you.
Thank you.